Yastam
Tado Jayamudiraye
Tavo Mudiraye
Nashtabrayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavadi Uttamasloke
Bhagavati Uttamasloke
Bhaktir Bhavadi Naishtigim.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistikam.
Hare Krishna. So we are reading from the teachings of Lord Kapila. This is the one of the section in Srimad Bhagavatam, and very prominent and important section in Srimad Bhagavatam, which reveals the transcendental spiritual science. So we were going through this teachings of Lord Kapila, which is generally from the third canto, from 25th chapter onwards to 32nd chapter. So this, we are coming to the final conclusion of teachings of Lord Kapila. The final conclusion is that one should completely surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, devoid of anything else. Pure, that's a pure devotion. That's it is exactly Krishna is also revealed in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityecha mam ekam sharanam. Mam ekam. So these words are very important, dear devotees. Very, very important, because of sometimes we are confused. Because we have a nature that, okay, let me go here, let me go there, let me get that little bit of taste, that one, like people likes to eat everything in this world. People likes to eat whatever they like, whatever they get, whatever they say, oh, it's all fine, it's all wonderful. We know that creates problems in the human, that creates so many kinds of diseases, problems, and ailments, so many things. But they don't know what exactly to be eaten, right? For the goodness of the body. But what we look for is actually just trying to taste or the satisfy the tongue. We don't think anything else. So all we do that, whatever it gets, that's a human nature in this world. They try this one. I was mentioning this, right? There was one person who was living in Barbados or somewhere. He was quite rich. He wanted to eat so many delicacies from around the world. So what he does, he take a flight and he comes to US, and in one city, maybe LA, for the breakfast. Then he goes to another place on the lunch for the, another place. He take a flight and then goes to the another place for dinner. And this was his attitude. Why he was doing that? Because of this his nature, that he wanted to try everything. And then what happens? Then he understood that this is just by it satisfy my tongue. Then he developed some kinds of problems, and he realized that it's all kind of eating habits. And then what happened? Then he understood that he has to control and regulate his life. So somehow he met with the devotees, and then he was living quite near to the temple, but still he was so much interested in so many other personal, interests. So, but he realized and understood, he was very rich. He met with some devotees, and he started to go to the temple and listen to this understanding of transcendental science, what is good for body, mind, and the intelligence. So then he slowly started to read and hear the transcendental subject matter, and then he became a devotee. And finally, then he came to US, and he became a temple president, and became a wonderful devotee, and he's teaching all this transcendental science to others. So the reason I mentioned that, dear devotees, so our life is like that. So we wanted to try this one, try that one. Sometimes this may give us some pleasure. Sometimes this may give us some other pleasure, other types of pleasure. Somebody speaks me nice. Okay, let me go and hear that. Let me practice this one. Oh, this yoga gives me beautiful body. That's what is going on in this world right now. the yoga means they completely changed the meaning of yoga. Yoga means to take care of your body. That is where that we end up with it. So people are generally so much interested in so many things because of it satisfy their senses. So basically, whatever we try to do is actually for us, right? So anything that any kind of devotion that which we say, so-called devotion that we practice, going here and there, okay, let me try on this. Monday I take this fast, Tuesday I take this fast, Wednesday I take this fast, and it goes on endless, right? So, but Krishna says that ekam. So, mam ekam sharanam, mam ekam. So, this is called pure devotion. For those who are performing that is known as pure devotees of the Supreme Lord. So, this is what it is everywhere which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is also revealing this to Uddhava in the 11th canto. So one has to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that's where Kapila Dev is emphasizing here, the pure devotee spiritual opulence. So this is pure spiritual science, and this is the ultimate conclusion, pure, the ultimate. So we have to see that who can come to that stage of purity or pure devotion. So as we all know that there are devotees are known as Bhagavatas or Mahabhagavatas. We have also book Srimad Bhagavatam. We also have devotee Bhagavatam, right? So pure devotees or Uttama Adhikari is known as the Mahabhagavat. So why they are known as Mahabhagavat or Vaishnavas? Because of they have exclusive devotion to the Supreme Lord, Sri Vishnu, Sri Krishna. Okay. So this is exactly Kapila Dev is revealing to Mother Devahudi. So we heard this from the third canto chapters in the devotional service section, and then later we are coming to that the conclusion. Then the 31st and the 32nd chapters, which reveals this, what is ultimately one has to take, what is the ultimate devotion, what is the ultimate perfection, right? What one has to take, or what is really meant by devotion. So sometimes we misunderstand the devotional service. We say, okay, let me worship this god, oh, that is devotion. Let me worship this god, that is devotion. Let me worship this way, that way. Whatever some people say, okay, there is no problem. You can eat meat, or you can, there's no problem, and you can do anything that you like. But all you need to do is just do some devotion. So people have so much of confusion, so much of misunderstanding. And but here, Kapila Dev is clarifying all those and gives us the proper and complete understanding that how we should perform devotional service. Okay. So here we can see that. So text 37, this is the pure devotee spiritual opulence. So today what we will do, we will cover the three chapters, which covers at least some six, seven of eight verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, let's cover and understand what Kapila Dev's final conclusion to Mother Devahudi. So it says that Adho vibhodhim mama maya vinastam Aishwaryamastangam anupravartam Sriyam Bhagavatim Vaspriyahandi Bhadram Parasyamete Asnuvande Tuloke. Thus, because he is completely absorbed in meditation upon me, the devotee does not desire even the highest benediction obtainable in the upper planetary systems, including Satyaloka. He does not desire the eight material perfections obtained from mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be elevated to the kingdom of God. That even without desiring them, the devotee enjoys even in this life all the offered benedictions. Hare Krishna. I think somebody's chanting. Is that correct? Please, can you put on mute? Okay. Thank you, dear devotees. So Kapila Dev is revealing very properly to Mother Devahudi what is to be done, what is the devotion, and how to worship. So here it says that thus because he is completely absorbed in the meditation upon me. This is the symptoms of a devotee, dear devotees. So we have to take that exactly like this, exactly from the Supreme Lord. So as it's always mentioned that Srila Prabhupada, that in order to understand the Supreme Lord, there is no other better way than just hear from the Supreme Lord. That's why we can see that in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna completely surrendered unto Krishna. We know that initially Arjuna was hesitating to fight because of, on the opposite side, Arjuna's grandfather, cousins, gurus, spiritual masters, relatives, all this is because of the fight between two clans or the two family, right? So Arjuna was hesitating, and see that Krishna explained everything very clearly to Arjuna what is to be done. So Krishna is saying this one, Ananyas chindayando mame janam pariyupasate. Ananya. There is without anything else. Without anything else. Ananya. And also in other places, Krishna says that bhajandi ananya manaso. Without devoid of anything else, bhajandi. Execute devotional service unto me. Bhajandi ananya manaso. Mamekam sharanam rucha. Mamekam. So, dear devotees, this is the confidential knowledge. This reveals into the Bhagavad Gita also the most confidential knowledge, chapter 9, which is revealing that. What is that? The most confidential knowledge? Krishna is everything. That everything manifests from Krishna. Krishna is the worshipable. Bhajandi ananya manaso. So, Krishna is the most worshipable. There is nobody else. This is the greatest opportunity for each and every one of us, that if one worship the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, that is a perfection. And it is that Vishnu Swami Maharaj was mentioning that one who worshipped Vishnu in his previous thousands of lifetimes get the opportunity to worship the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Just see that. One has been a devotee for thousands of life of Vishnu, devotees of a Vishnu. He gets the opportunity to worship Krishna in his lifetime. Because of this, the mercy that. So they don't minimize that the worship of Krishna is that same as anybody else in this world. So dear devotees, exclusive. That's why in the Rupa Goswami Krishna Ananya, in the Anyabhilashita Shunyam, so Rupa Goswami mentioned into the nectar of devotion, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavrdam Anukulena Krishnanushilanam Bhakti Uttama. So that Uttama, pure devotees, he has complete, perfect understanding. He realized that what is to be done for the devotion. He completely surrendered unto Krishna, devoid of Anya Bhilashita Shunyam. There is devoid of any other desires. So exactly the Kapila Devi is revealing the same. Thus, because he is completely absorbed in meditation upon me, dear devotees, that's what it is. So, meditations means that, as we know that, Shravana Kirtana, Vishnu Smarana. So, when we Shravan, right, we saw that the Nayan now with the Bhakti, when one has to come to that, the pure devotional platform, he has to exclusively worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And then we can see that in the later chapters, that 17 and 18, it reveals that the confidential knowledge, reveals that the secret, reveals that how one can become perfect, right? Perfect in devotion, actually. So, when we hear Sravanam, whom we should hear about Krishna, right? We should hear about Krishna, Sravanam. When we say Kirtan, whom we should Kirtan, when should have glorify the Lord? We should glorify that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And it is mentioned that Sravana Kirtana Smaranam, Vishnu Smaranam. So always remember, dear devotees, when we come to that conclusion of Vishnu or Krishna, both are same. Okay? So never come to that kind of oh, Krishna and Vishnu is in a different plane. Yes, I mean, they have different function, but actually these are the same personality or Vishnu Tattva when we say Narasimha. Okay. So there is always says that Ananyas Chindendo Mam. Okay, this is Krishna or Narasimha is different from Krishna. Both are same. Sri Ram. Okay, both are same. But only that their function is little different or different times they appear. So this is what is Ananya, exclusive, but other than like Anya Devada. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, do not worship Anya Devada. Anya Devada means other than the Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Always remember this, okay? Always remember this. So, but when it comes to that, the complete perfection of that worship, that one should worship Krishna, Sri Krishna, exclusively, then what happens? That is the perfection of, that's what Kapila Devi is revealing to Mother Devahudi. So one should meditate upon him. And what is that? Completely absorbed in meditation upon him. So what is he is meditating? Anybody can remember? Anybody can say that? What he meditates upon? Anybody please unmute. What he meditates upon, a devotee? Hare Krishna. Are we all there?
Lotus feet of Krishna.
Lotus feet of Krishna. The pastimes of Krishna. The wonderful, wonderful devotion, wonderful how the Krishna is reciprocating and with his devotees. See that I was reading a wonderful passage from Subha Vilas Prabhu, and it is so beautiful to understand. So how Krishna is reciprocate and how Krishna's pastimes. So one day in Vrindavan, it was the appearance day of Krishna. It was birthday of Krishna. So Mother Yashoda arranged so many wonderful things and so many delicacies, and Mother Yashoda prepared that everybody was very jubilant. Today they are celebrating. Today is Krishna's birthday. So everybody came, even sages comes, right? They came, and that is the ritual in the morning that Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba does for Krishna. Sandalya sage, Sandalya Muni came and blessed Krishna. So this is the first thing, and then everybody comes to offer so many gifts to Krishna. Rubies, diamonds, and so many things. But Krishna was not so interested in all of these things. So Krishna's dear friend called Bhadra came, and Bhadra put a gopi chandan tilak on Krishna. Krishna became so happy and jubilant. Krishna was jumping up and down. Krishna was going around and showing this to everybody that my dear friend Bhadra gave me this beautiful gift of Gopi Chandan. And it was also mixed with the cow dung. And Krishna was showing to everyone else. This is the beauteous, this is the best of the gifts I received. This is the best of the gifts I received. So he was going out and showing this to everyone. So he was getting all the diamonds, rubies, necklaces, and all the opulence, so many wonderful things. But here, Krishna is so jubilant, so happy, and so much content with the gift that Bhadra gave, that Gopi Chandan and Krishna put on his forehead. So now everybody gave so many other wonderful, his friends gave so many other wonderful things. One of the friend gave Toka Krishna Das. Toka Krishna is another friend. Gave a beautiful peacock. Even though Krishna has peacock, when Toka gave this peacock, it was outstanding. It was so beautiful and it was very unique and outstanding. Krishna was pleased with this gift because of is received from his friend. So like that, everybody was giving, like somebody gave some dots on Krishna's face. Krishna was so happy. This way, all the friends was giving so much of wonderful, and Krishna valued very much. It is, even though it is not rubies, it's not pearls, it's not very opulent, but it's very small, but with that which love that the devotees gave to Krishna. Krishna accepted that. Now, the time to come, Krishna, that then Krishna was thinking, what will I give them in return? They gave me this gift, so I should also give something very valuable to them. So Krishna was thinking what to do. He was looking at the rubies and the bangles and the necklaces and so many other, opulent gifts items. So then now he is also revealing Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda, I should give something in return as a gift. So then he was actually looking at Mother Yashoda and bringing so many, very valuable gifts. Krishna was throwing everything out. Krishna was throwing everything out. And he was throwing everything from the table and pushing out away. He was thinking, what will I give? What will I give? So then he was not getting any idea. What will I give? Then Krishna was thinking, if I give, what is this value? There is nothing. I need to give the best. I need to give the maximum of. He was looking at taking some bangles or some pearls, some necklaces. And then what happens? He's just throwing out. And this is not fit for him. This is not fit for them. And finally, and he was going through this for some time. Finally, he became so happy. I should give, like this. So Krishna immediately came out and came to Bhadra and came and hugged Bhadra and told Bhadra that, oh Bhadra, I am yours. You gave me this, but this is the maximum I can give you as my gift for you. That hugged Bhadra and said and told to Bhadra that, oh Bhadra, I am yours. I'm eternally yours. I can give myself to you. There is no better gift than that. So dear devotees, when I read this, I was kind of so much astonished, so much, tears in my eyes that this is the Krishna. This is what is Krishna. This we cannot get from anybody. This cannot be get from anybody. Even a little flower that Krishna says that, right? Patram pushpam bhalam doyam. Yome bhaktiya prayachari. Even a little water, flower, fruit, or the, patram pushpam, a leaf. If one offers to Krishna with love, Krishna would sell Krishna himself to that devotee. So this is Krishna. So there is nothing that one can get, dear devotees, that as a gift from Krishna, that Krishna himself gave to such devotees. So this is the confidential and the secret part of this transcendental science, one who worships exclusively to Krishna. This is the devotees, the spiritual opulence. What is that spiritual opulence? One can get Krishna. One can completely, that's why, the benefits of devotional service is that Sri Krishna Akarshani. One can attract Krishna. There are so many devotees. Krishna would personally go and serve them. Right? There are so many examples. Can anybody say one example of how Krishna personally go and serve? Anybody?
In the, I think Yagna time, Pandava's house, he took the patal out, all eaten dishes out and collected together.
I couldn't hear Mataji properly. What was it?
When Yudhishthira Maharaj was performing a yagna.
Okay. And he was personally going there and watching the
पाताल बोलते हैं ना उसको, क्या बोलते हैं, प्लेट, eat in the eating plate.
Yeah.
Patal, yeah.
पत्रा बोलते हैं ना, क्या बोलते हैं आप?
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Leaf.
Yes.
Also, he was picking up the shoes also and washing the feet of all sages.
All the sages. See that?
Sudama's
yeah, Sudama time also.
Sudama, right? And that is from Bhagavatam, but on the devotees, like so many other devotees, see that? Madhavendra Puri. Remember?
Yeah. Gopi, like Khirchor.
Khirchor, what happened? What happened to Villumangalam Thakur? Krishna was going personally serving these devotees. So many wonderful examples.
Also Surdas time also, na? He
Surdas.
came, yeah. For
Exactly.
all devotees. He comes for all devotees,
All
right?
devotees. Exactly. So there is even it's going on even right now also Krishna, there are so many examples happens in Vrindavan, so many pastimes we can say that how Krishna reciprocate with his devotees. I was giving this example of one devotee in Vrindavan. So this was actually happened not so many years ago, maybe like 60 years ago, something like that. When devotees went to one another devotee was living in Vrindavan. This was one Madaji. This Madaji married to Madhura, the Vrindavan. So what happened just for the marriage, that Madaji's father was not so rich actually. So then what happened? This Madaji's father, then in order to get her married, he took some loans from a landlord. So he put his property and the document in a stake. He got some loan, he got some money, and then she got married to somebody in Mathura. She came to Vrindavan then after. Then devotees were visiting, and this Madaji was telling this pastime, this story, how Krishna is reciprocating and helping devotees in their very critical juncture of their life. So this Madaji was telling, yes, then this her father then was paying every month, because he was so a very simple devotee, and he would return, he would pay some lump sum of that money to the landlord, and then he would say to Krishna, I'm giving this money back to this person, you are the witness, you are the witness. So he goes there and he offer pray to Krishna and tell him, Krishna, you are the witness, I'm giving this money back to the landlord, so that when I pay complete, then I can get my document back. So every day every month he was doing this. So then he was not so literate or kind of understanding, or he can write something, but he was completely have the faith in Krishna that he would protect him. So but the landlord understood his situation, that this is, so he was trying to take advantage and he was cheating him. And then this person, this Madaji's father, he was a very simple, complete devotion to the Supreme. And then he was calculated, he was according to that money he took, now he is paid back all of those money. So he came to this landlord and said, now I paid all my money, so please get back the document. So this landlord said, how come you didn't pay? You just gave me some money in the beginning, but still the chunk of the money is left. How can I give you? I give you all the, so this Prabhuji, this Badaji's father said that, no, I gave all the money. My Lord is the witness for that. And I gave all the money back to you. Why are you cheating me? So then eventually that case came to the court. So then in the court, judge was asking, how did you give this money? Yes, I gave all this money back. The Gopal is the witness. So this Prabhuji was taking Krishna as the Gopal. Gopal is the witness. Gopal is the witness. So every time he was telling to the judge that Gopal is the witness, nobody else. Gopal. So the judge asked, can you bring this Gopal to the court? So this Prabhuji was so confident that he said, I will bring Gopal to the court. I will bring Gopal to the court. So he went back. He prayed to Krishna, Gopalji, you are the witness. You should come and help me to come out of this. So judge, there is the next court date is fixed. So the judge asked The Gopal came. You said he's the witness. Gopal came. He said all on a sudden on the in the witness, the room, witness court box, there is a Gopal. There is a person standing there. And then judge asked Gopal, did you see everything that this person gave? And judge also understood that he is a very innocent, simple man. And he wanted to have some witness so that he can decide. So Gopal came, and this is my Gopal. And he was also surprised. He was also very much, and he was such a confidence. Gopal is there. And judge asked Gopal, yes. Gopal said, yes, I witnessed everything, that this person is very simple and innocent. He gave all the money back to the landlord. Landlord is cheating. So then judge understood that the devotion of that devotee, and this is none other than the Supreme Lord Krishna himself, came to the courtroom to help that person. And judge became so astonished and wondered. And he was seeing that witness, and this Mataji was giving this telling this to the devotees when the devotees visited this Mataji. Dear devotees, Krishna is there. Okay? And when we have that pure devotion, the faith, complete faith in Krishna, this is what is Kapila Devi is revealing here. So we should always take up this. This is not just some text here. This is a science, pure science from the Lord himself telling this to us. One should meditate upon the Supreme Lord, exclusive devotion, and the devotees does not deserve even the highest benediction obtainable in the upper planetary systems, including Satyaloka. He does not deserve the 8 material perfection obtained from the mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be elevated to the kingdom of God. Yet, even without desiring them, devotee enjoys even in this life all the offered benediction. Anya bhilashida shunyam jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulyena krishnanushilanam. See that all words have thousands of the meaning that each word has. Krishnanushilanam, Krishna. One has to have the habit of worshipping Supreme Lord Krishna in his life. Krishnanushilanam Bhaktiruttama. He is the pure devotee, Bhaktiruttama. And that's where we are revealing, Kapila Devi is revealing here, dear devotees, that one has to complete faith and worship, exclusive devotion to the Supreme Lord. So this is the science, okay? This is the science because of, in the purport, we can see that Srila Prabhupada reveals so many wonderful things. And one purport, it says that according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Narada Muni in the Narada Pancharatra, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, a pure devotee never wants anything from the Lord. So Anya Bhilashida Shunyam. He does not desire anything. He does not desire dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are called purusharthas. So basically, this is what is everybody is kind of centered around. They think that, okay, let me do some religious things and activities, some dharma, so that what happens, I get artha. Artha means dana. So he gets riches and he can enjoy this world. Kama, he can, fulfill his sensual desires. That's called kama. Then finally, I will get some moksha. Right? This is the attitude and mentality of the people around the world. So this is called the purushartha. So basically, all these ritualistic activities, right? Jnana karma, that's called karmadi. When you say karmadi, means all these fruitive activities. So when we devoid of all these fruitive activities, or when one completely filled with these fruitive activities, then he goes to dharma, artha, kama, and then moksha, right? Moksha once finally, after many, many millions, and it's not also guaranteed. But this is the aim, this is the goal of the people. Let me enjoy. So let me worship the Lord so that I can get all the opulences, so that I can enjoy in this life. Once I am exhausted with all the material enjoyments, then I come to the path of liberation. That's just a path that's what is ultimate aim. But there is no love here. This is all self-centric. This is not God-centric or Krishna-centric. But what Krishna, that's a transcendental science, the Srimad Bhagavatam reveals, the goal of hearing, goal of the chanting, goal of meditating upon the Lord, the goal of the surrendering unto the Supreme Lord, Pada Sevanam, all these to express our love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So love is that sincere love, pure devotion to the Supreme Lord. So when that purity, when there is a desires for sense gratification, when there's selfless devotion, there is a big difference before Krishna. When a people wanted to have something from the Lord, they worship all the types of ritual and the gods. Even they worship, come to the Lord to that. Even they worship even Vishnu, that I need something, I need to get this one, right? I need to. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 4 types of people comes to me, right? Chadurvija bhajan de mam jana sugradano arjuna artho arthak vinyasu jnanina bharadarshava. 4 kinds, one who are in care of the wealth, desire of the wealth, inquisitive, jnanina bharadarshava. There are one who is inquisitive, really, and they all come to the Lord as well. But there is a motive, it's called the sakama, right? These are the sakama karma. But on the other side, the devotees, they have akama, or there is no karma, there is no ritualistic activity, even though when they worship the Lord is with sincere love, that this is my Lord, as Krishna says that, right? That I am yours. And that's the greatest of the gifts that one can get, dear devotees. That's why Krishna says, Ananyas chindayan doma me janamam pariyupasade tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogatshemam vahamyaham. Ananyas chindayan doma. When one worship exclusive devotion to me, Ananya, so I would take care of them and I would provide them what they lack. I would carry what they have. This is Krishna's promise, dear devotees. So, like that, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the pure devotee never wants anything from the Lord. He does not even want liberation. Even he does not, as Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion, the bhakti and the mukti is the subservient of a devotee. It's already there. He does not need to separately, exclusively ask for it. When a person comes to that stage of pure love for Krishna, then what happens is bhakti and the mukti. Bhakti means all these material opulences, and the mukti, the liberation, is naturally, automatically there. But he does not charmed, he does not, attract to that. His all desire is to love Krishna. Like that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has revealed that one should follow the footsteps of gopis in Vrindavan. One should follow the footsteps of the gopis in Vrindavan, no doubt. We know that, Uddhava came, right? We know that the wonderful pastimes of when gopis were feeling so much of separation, it's almost 100 years now. Krishna was also, so much heard about it. And every day that nobody is even, when since Krishna left, nobody is even interested to cook. Nobody is even interested to anything. Their kitchen were completely covered with the spider webs. And they were not interested. But somehow they were living just by the thoughts of Krishna. Krishna understood this. So Krishna just said Uddhava to pacify them and tell them to that Krishna told Uddhava that I would come very soon to meet you all gopis. And Krishna was also feeling so much of separation from the gopis as well. But of course, Krishna has some function to do. So then Uddhava came to Vrindavan. And Uddhava came and saw all the gopis. And Uddhava said, they thought initially Krishna came because Uddhava also, it's also similar, different complexion, the same, and blackish color. So they were all in such a state that they don't even have some energy in their body. So somebody came and told to Radharani that the Uddhava came from Krishna So then they said, Krishna sent some messages. Krishna sent some messages with Uddhava. So they were in such a helpless, such a condition that they cannot even talk. So when they heard Krishna came, they all got up. They got an energy. So Krishna's message, Krishna. So they came to Uddhava, and then Radharani started to speak. Uddhava started to speak on. So Uddhava was told to the gopis that Krishna was very much feeling separation from you, but Krishna was also worried about your condition. Uddhava was telling, I'm just shortening this. Uddhava was telling to the gopis, Krishna is concerned about your condition of your life because of you are so much attached to the beauty and the charm of Krishna. That's why you have such a condition, because you are so attached to Krishna's beauty and charm. That's why your condition is become like this. So Uddhava was telling to the gopis, there is one solution for your all problems. This will go away. This will go away, your problem, because of you are not worshipping, that you are not understanding, you are not worshipping that the absolute, the supreme Parabrahman of the nature of that Supreme Lord. But you are all now attracted to the charm and the beauty of that 16-year-old boy, Krishna. That's why your condition become like this. You are so attached to him. But Uddhava is telling that you are not, because of you are so attached to him, that's why your condition is like this. Rather, you are not understanding that the Parabrahman, the Supreme Brahman, he is the absolute truth. You are not worshipping him. If you worship him, all your this distress condition will go away. The gopis and Radharani become so furious. And they replied to Uddhava. They replied to Uddhava in such a state that, yes, we are attached to that Krishna. We are attached to that the boy who is complete, who has such a beauty, such a charm, such a pastimes. We are completely surrendered unto him. What we would do, even when we worship that Parabrahma, what we would do? We were all these years, we are worshipping that Supreme Lord. And he is even greater than that Parabrahma. There is nothing to do with us to that Parabrahma. That if we have something to do with, that is to do with Krishna and nobody else, because of he is the most worshipable. He is the complete, he is the Purna. There is nothing better than there is no, perfect than him. So that is our, even if we have this condition, doesn't matter. This is our complete joy, just even hearing about him. So seeing this, Uddhava became so astonished. And seeing the condition, seeing that their attachment and love for Krishna, that same beautiful boy, Uddhava became so much melt. Uddhava said to them that, I was just shortening this wonderful pastimes between gopis and Uddhava. Uddhava told them, there is nobody in this world than you, dear devotees, that most dear to Krishna. Uddhava told that, most dear to Krishna. Because of seeing their love for Krishna, Uddhava will even melt down. Uddhava even prayed to Krishna that, oh Krishna, this is unparalleled. There is nobody in this world unparalleled. Please also make me a grass in these lands of Vrindavan so that I get the dust of the gopis. They walk on me every day. That is good enough for me, O Krishna. Please make a grass over here in Vrindavan. This was the final. How Uddhava came? Uddhava was the spiritual master of Uddhava was Brihaspati. You know that Brihaspati is the Deva Guru. He has so much of knowledge. Buddha was so much of knowledge about all these Brahman, Parabrahman, the supreme knowledge, the transcendental science, everything. But that same Uddhava prayed to Krishna in that way, Krishna, please make me a grass in these lands of Vrindavan so that I get the dust of the footsteps of the gopis. They have exclusive devotion to you. They devotees. So then Krishna granted that. Uddhava became a grass. In that we know that there is a kunda called Uddhava Kund. On every day, all these gopis still now, and the queues of Krishna, they all come to Uddhava Kund. Uddhava became Uddhava and then speak the Srimad Bhagavatam glories of Krishna to them, and they are hearing this every day. That this the wonderful pastime goes on the banks of Uddhava Kund. Dear devotees, this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, that one should follow the footsteps of gopis, dear devotees. There is nothing better than this. So this is what it is mentioned here in this verse, and as we can see that in the following verses, as it says that, Lord continued, my dear mother, devotee who receives such a transcendental opulence are never bereft of them. Neither weapons nor the change of time can destroy such opulence, because the devotee accept me as their friend, relative, son, preceptor, benefactor, and the supreme deity. They cannot be deprived of their possessions at any time. So as Krishna says, Ananyas Chinde Doma. I would carry them what they have, and I would provide them what they lack. Right? Esham Nitadi Yuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyam, dear devotees. This is the another very confidential knowledge, that a pure devotee of Krishna would worship Krishna as his lover, his parenthood, friend, right? And then relative, or the son, preceptor, benefactor, supreme deity. So this is the way one should worship Krishna. We should go to Krishna and tell Krishna, I am yours. Krishna would tell to us that, oh, my dear devotee, he's called Bhakta Valsala. I am yours. Why can't we say that, oh Krishna, I am yours? Nobody else says, I am yours in this world. I am here, oh Krishna, I am yours, and devotee would worship in such a spirit, and always see either Krishna's friend, either Krishna as their son, the parenthood, as their, beloved. That's the ultimate of nothing else. And that's what is the pure love means. Pure loving devotion means that Krishna is everything for them. Nothing else is important for them. Everything else, they are nothing. Even they get liberation, even they get higher planetary system, they get all the opulences in the world. But if Krishna is not there in their life, dear devotees, our life is lifeless. There's no life if Krishna is not there. So when the life means that Krishna is there, that is called life. This is the normals of that, what we can understand. So always have, that's why, dear, we have this wonderful opportunity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals this, that one should follow the footsteps of the gopis. And then what we are doing the following the footsteps of the pure devotees, or we call it as Rupanugas. So Rupa Goswami, we are following the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami. This way, at least we have some opportunity to come to this stage of pure devotion. One can come to that exclusive devotion to Krishna. That is the last chapter reveals the perfection of the final perfection. What is that final perfection? If one accepts Krishna as their dear lover, dear friend, dear relative, dear dasya, and take that is a master of everything. This is called exclusive devotion, dear devotee. That is called the perfection of, that's a Kapila Devi is revealing. So here also, thus the devotees who worship me, the all-pervading Lord of the universe, with unflinching devotional device. All right? As says that in the Bhagavad Gita, as Ambarish Maharaj is revealing that, Savai Pumsha Paru Dharmo, Yadur Bhakti Radokshaje. Bhaktir Adokshaja, that supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna's another name is known as Adokshaja. Yadur Bhakti Radokshaje, Ahe Tugi Apradihada Edatma Suprasiddha. That devotion is unconditional love for Krishna, dear devotees. That should be unmotivated. with some kinds of benefit. Okay, I get this liberation, I get this higher planetary systems, I get so much of wealth in this world. No, 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 no. What the devotee thinks that yes, I can have, I can develop that the love for. That's what is Krishna loves the most. When the devotees have such love for Krishna, Krishna also loves them back. How Krishna loves them back? Krishna sell himself to that devotees. Krishna would go and tell to that devotee, I am yours. I am yours, my dear devotee, as I mentioned that in the story of Bhadra. So this is what it is, the final perfection that, dear devotees, we can say here. And as we can conclude these two chapters, taking shelter of Krishna, the supreme control, dear devotees, one has to take shelter of Krishna in no matter in any conditions of the life, no matter what. When we say, oh, Krishna, I'm yours, I'm taking your lotus feet. That's why the initiation means that we are taking the shelter of the devotees of the devotees of the devotees. Gobi Bhatra Padakamalayo Das Dasanu Das. Right? In the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing that. I am what? I am that servant of the servant of the servant of that devotee who is worshipping Gopi Bhartru Padakamalaya, the husband of the gopis, the beloved of the gopis. I will take the shelter of such devotees, the servants of the devotees of such devotees. So this is our mood. So what is our mood? In the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is told to us that take that mood of a dasya to the Krishna and his devotees. This is the conclusion, okay? This is the ultimate conclusion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Kapila Dev and Krishna is, surrender. And as we can say that, you can see that in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna told to Krishna, Nashta mohas mudurlabdha tat prasadan mechyata. Because of your mercy, Arjuna, Krishna, that my illusion have gone. Your devotees, everything else is illusion. Understand this. Everything else is illusion. Only that when we take the shelter of Krishna and his devotees is the real and the perfect and the absolute reality. Absolute reality. And that is where our life, that's where our everything belongs to. Everything else is some way or other that we are under in the illusion or in the Maya or in the material energy. When one takes that shelter of Krishna, the lotus feet of Krishna, that's the absolute and the perfection. And that's what is revealing in the final, the conclusion of Kapila Dev. And this is called devotional service, the final perfection. A devotee is the devotional service to the love. Devotional service means loving service. It's not that just loving devotional service under the Supreme. So in this Krishna, Kapila Dev says, the yogis equipped with the transcendental knowledge and renunciation and engaged in devotional service for their eternal benefit take shelter at my lotus feet. And since I am the Lord, they are thus eligible to enter into the kingdom of Godhead without fear. So dear devotees, this is the perfection and this is the ultimate state of that devotee that who takes the shelter of Krishna with the love and devotion, pure love, that Krishna is my everything. Krishna is my everything. There is nothing that which is more valuable, more better than this in this world. Or, the devotees never think anything other than Krishna. Devotees never think anything other than Krishna, dear devotees. That is called exclusive devotion. That is called the final perfection. And Srila Prabhupada says in this purport that Krishna would take such devotee to the other side. See that? Very significant. Kapila Dev also mentioned that in the last week, how this concludes. Krishna would take such devotee to the other side of the world. So we know that, so that it's mentioned that there is other side of the world means this material nature. We are completely bound by this material nature here, stuck here. But with that exclusive devotion to Krishna, dear devotees, Krishna would take such devotees to the other side, that is the spiritual realm, along with him in Golok Vrindavan. Eternally, he always engaged in the service, loving service of the Lord. So this is the practice that we get. We develop the love, We have to develop that love. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, out of this, there is a Panchama Purushartha. We heard that Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is the Chatur Purushartha, that ultimate. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed that the Panchama Purushartha. Anybody knows that? What is the Panchama Purushartha? Anybody? Panchama Purushartha, anybody remembers? The Panchama Purushartha is nothing but
Krishna Prem.
Yes, Krishna Prem, Prema Pumartho Mahan. The devotees, we can develop love for Krishna. That's why we need to hear, we need to chant this all to develop the love for Krishna, nothing else. So we have a natural tendency to love or to be loved someone, right? What ultimately this is the material world. So this is just a little reflection of what original love is actually. So from the Golok Vrindavan, this is everybody. Only one thing, exclusive love for Krishna. That's why Prema Bhakti is the topmost. That's why Prema Pumartho Mahan, that if we develop the love for Krishna, dear devotees, that is the perfection. So that's why from the Raga Bhakti or Sadhana Bhakti to Raga Bhakti, or then it comes to Bhav Bhakti, and then to bring this to come to the Prema Bhakti, ultimate devotion, ultimate, what is that? Love for Krishna. We say we love someone, that's a meaning for it. So like that, we have to be love for Krishna, we have to love Krishna with all our tan, man, buddhi, and mind, word. And that's what is, when a devotee becomes sannyasi, but a devotee becomes surrender unto Krishna. But that's what is mean by it. With his body, with his mind, and with his words. We know that the meaning of Tridandi sannyasi, right? Sannyasis carries a danda. That danda has 3 sticks in it, right? 3 rods in it. They ties together. This is called Tridandi. Tridandi means once they take that, the shelter of Krishna as a sannyas, surrender everything to Krishna, then what happens? They get this road, 3 roads and ties together. That means that they would completely surrender unto Krishna with his body. That's the one danda. Then it is mind, second danda. And then it is words, always exclusively worship and develop love for Krishna. So such devotees are very dear to Krishna, very dear to Krishna. So in the 18th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, which is mentioned that karma sannyasa yoga, right? Karma sannyasa yoga. So karma sannyasa means that it's not that, okay, we just renounce and then thinking about, but with the mind, with the body and the words, if anybody surrender unto Krishna, take shelter of Krishna, then what is the final perfection? It's not that we should change the color or change the dress, but if anybody with the body, with the mind and with the words that surrender unto Krishna and, engage in the loving devotion and develop love for Krishna every day, dear devotees, that is a perfection. So that we have a wonderful process. This process you don't get anywhere else in the world. Anywhere else in any other world, that the process that we have, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed to us that every day, dear devotees, with that understanding and transcendental knowledge, when one worship Krishna with his chanting, sincere chanting of Krishna, engaging the loving devotion to Krishna, and devotees see that the beauty and the charm of Krishna when devotees worship in such a way. We can see the smile of Krishna. We can see the glance of Krishna. And there are so many examples out there. So they completely immersed with the thoughts of Krishna, dear devotees. This is the perfection that one can have. And this is the transcendental confidential sense and the confidential knowledge the Lord Kapila is reveals to Mother Devakoti. One should have exclusive devotion to Krishna, develop love for Krishna. This way, we can have that the final perfection. That what is the final perfection? That the love that one can develop, such an exclusive love for Krishna, that is it. That's the final perfection. That's our love. And that such devotees love, life, this is called the opulence. This is the greatest opulence that one can have. Life will be full of joy and full of bliss and full of thoughts of Krishna. And that's That's what is one has to reach to that exclusive devotion. So this is what is the greatness of the teachings of Lord Kapila and the conclusion of Lord Kapila, teachings of Lord Kapila. So let me stop here with this note. Thank you so much for being there and listening this wonderful section. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. And I think with this, we would conclude the teachings of Lord Kapila. So thank you so much for being there, Hare Krishna. So I would humbly request anybody has any reflections, any other conclusions that you have that you want to reveal, or if you have any questions, please, let's open up, let's have some discussions if you like.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam, all gracious.
All gracious.
Welcome back, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
I really appreciate, like yesterday also evening you came to the temple. Now also you are giving class after coming. So you are really blessed, like very elevated, Prabhuji. And thank you for giving like all description, like teaching of Kapila is really amazing.
Yeah.
Every day, if we listen every day also, it's like a whole life will be not enough, right? To
Yes,
understand all
not
this.
enough. Yes.
Really very nice nectar, Prabhuji. And you explain so systematically. So I really like that. Thank
With
you
the
so
story. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam.
I'm a little anxious to hear your personal experience in Vrindavan.
That was so wonderful, Motherji. Yes. Yes, that was so nice. By the mercy of my Guru Maharaj, I had an opportunity to be there. And I would explain in detail in some other class about, how it went through. And it was so nice to be there in Vrindavan, Mataji, first of all. So we would really see the what the bliss that they developed, even though it was so humid and hot. But devotees are so blissful and content. And they were just like talking to Krishna. I went to Radhakund, and there is a temple just on the banks of Radhakund. I was inside the temple, and one Mataji became simple as a Western devotee. Just one little tiffin box, that's all she has in her hand. She came to the temple. Literally, she started to speak to Krishna. You can see that how these devotees are there in Vrindavan because of they have such an exclusive devotion to Krishna. That's why they got that opportunity to be there with Krishna. Vrindavan is not an ordinary place. This will all can realize, and this can all reveal that once you go there and see the devotees there, they are so fortunate, so wonderful with their penance, to their exclusive devotion. That's why they have the opportunity to be there in Vrindavan and experience this love for Krishna every day. And Vrindavan is the place for love, nothing else. And that's what we can see there. They have such a love for Radha and Krishna, especially Srimati Radharani. So this we can see there. So I would give that in another time, that the details of
We understand. You may have a jet lag too.
Sorry?
Time to sleep for you. It's a sleepy feeling. Or you don't feel.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So any other discussions? Any other any other questions anybody would like to have? Any other aspects of it? Please open up. Any other discussions that would like to have? So we were going through this teachings of Lord Kapila and all this, and it's so systematic, so wonderful. And Kapila Devi is revealing so many other aspects of the material life, right? And the fruitive activities, the movements of the soul from one life to another, from the beginning itself. That's why the entire third canto is like almost 10 chapters in the third canto is just by the teachings of Lord Kapila. You can see that how much it's important. Yeah. So all we need is the devotees that as concluded today, that just Just have that love for Krishna. When you have developed a love for Krishna, everything else will come in place. Everything else will come in place. Let's say I have this beautiful picture of Radha. Anybody remembers which deities are there in the background? Anybody knows?
From Mayapur, Radha Madhav?
Radha Madhav, yes. The deities of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar and Vrindavan. It's so wonderful. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else would like to add? Any other conclusion? Any other questions? So yes, this is the most confidential. This is what is we need to have in our life. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru and Nityananda Prabhu, and all the wonderful devotees, at least we have an opportunity to understand this, and also an opportunity to serve devotees and Krishna some way or other. As we know that we have Radha Shyam Sundarji in our temple. Don't think that it's just like a marble, okay, it's just a structure of temples. Devotees, see, this is the difference between a pure devotee and, like a Kanishta. Kanishta, the thinks that, okay, this is, okay, let me, see the difference in deities. When you see the, deities at the temple, the Kanishta thinks that, oh, this is mom, let me practice. They come to that stage of sadhana, let me practice and practice and practice. But the pure devotee doesn't see any difference between the deity and Krishna. This is the conclusion is in the Srimad Bhagavatam. No difference. They don't see any difference. So that is the purity of. So when they come to that stage with our sadhana and attachment to Krishna, one can come to that stage of doesn't see that Krishna and his deities. They see Krishna is right there. So this is the word that we have to reach to. Okay. So thank you so much. Before we conclude, anything else? So with this, we conclude the teachings of Lord Kapila. Now what we will be doing that tomorrow onwards, I mentioned that we would be taking the Vaishnava etiquette or the Vaishnava Sadachar course rather, but now there is a suggestion that we would continue. The Janmashtami is coming. Janmashtami is August 26th. And then now onwards, maybe in next couple of weeks, we would focus more on the Krishna, the pastimes of Krishna. Okay. Tomorrow onwards, what we will describe about the demons in Vrindavan. So what this signifies, how Krishna is giving mercy to such demons. Even Krishna is so merciful. Even Krishna gave, complete liberation to Pudana even. We know that the Pudana became the mother of Krishna, one of the mother of Krishna. So how Krishna is liberating these demons, what signifies? So we will be starting with that, the demons of Vrindavan, and then we come to that, the pastimes of Krishna, based on the Krishna book, the pastimes of Krishna, so that we can develop that mood, we can develop that attachment for Krishna. This is what is we need. That's why we are hearing Krishna means we develop attachment for Krishna. So we have to develop that attachment, raga, for Krishna in order to come to prema. So these are our wonderful opportunities from the sadhana. What is sadhana? Every day you come and attend these classes is a sadhana. And hear and chant the glories of Krishna, chant the holy name. This is our sadhana. So only by this process, only that we can develop attachment. Only by developing attachment, we come to that stage of bhav and the prema, exclusive devotion. There is no other secret. There is no other shortcut. All we need to do is actually engage in the devotion with attachment, right? With attachment. That means detach from this material world and attach to Krishna. This will happen when we constantly engage ourselves. That's why sadhana is so important. Guru is so important. Devotees are so important. They only can bring us to that level. Always remember this. Guru and the Krishna and the devotees can only bring us to that level of attachment and level of that Krishna prema, their mercy. So all we need to do is actually, like in the Nityananda Prabhu is telling, there is no price for it. All the prices that we need, just little faith in Krishna, that's the price that we need to pay. Then everything we will get all the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just that the faith in Krishna and Guru and the devotees, then one can reach to that, dear devotees, as mentioned in the Chaitanya, in the class, that the perfection of that, the final perfection, the love for Krishna. So this is our greatest opportunities. As we all know that this is by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna that we have this platform and opportunity. So this way we can develop. So I would humbly request every day, don't miss this. This is our wonderful, this is the mercy of Krishna, and always remember this. Nothing else. All we need to do is just be there. Like Gauranga Prabhu says that just be there on the local train on the Mumbai, no matter what, where you stand. You just stand in the middle of the crowd, you will be automatically go inside. People will push you in. This is the devotion. Be in the middle of devotees. Follow the instructions of the devotees, and automatically you will be in. Always remember that. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Any other comments?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for starting like this forum. It's really nice because of COVID, right? We
Started on the call.
And see how we are getting the benefit out of that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining. And as you all, this is nothing but this is all Krishna's mercy, Srila Prabhupada's mercy that is all manifesting to us. Very rare to have such kind of association, and this we are going through this wonderful text and the confidential knowledge and the transcendental science of Krishna that from the Bhagavatam, from the mouths of the Lord Himself, and we are hearing. And what else is better than this in this world? Hearing this, every day, the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Let us fill with our life every day, every moment, this wonderful pastimes and the thoughts and the devotion, the loving devotion for Krishna. This way, we can come to the pure platform. Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. So let's conclude the teachings of Lord Kapila today, and we'll continue tomorrow with this classes of Krishna, exclusive pastimes of Krishna. So don't miss this, okay? Exclusive, and we are hearing the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that Janma Karma Jame Divyam. My transcendental appearance and activities are divine. Janma Karma Jame Divyam Evam Yovedi Tattvadaha. This Tattva, this is the absolute principle, absolute truth. Yovedi Tattvada Tekta Deham Punarjanma. When he leaves his body, Tektva Deham Punarjanma Naidi Mamedi Sorjana. Never takes birth again in this. So all we need to do, even just by being there, just listening this, is beneficial. Just beneficial. What is the benefit? That he even never comes back into this material world to suffer in this world, but he goes back to the Supreme Lord. So this is the conclusion, dear devotees, that be there, hear the glories and chant thoughts and engage in the service. That's our perfection of life, nothing else. Okay, so let's conclude. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarupishya kripa sindhubhya paridhanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Gaudi Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Premanande Hari Hari.
Thank you so much, Babaji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Welcome back, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes. Damodar, Prabhu, how are you doing?
Prabhu. I'm fine, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat. Jai. Okay. So let us. Hare Krishna.